He's a urologist. He was born and raised in Pueblo, Colorado, where he grew up in a family of 5. He attended Colorado State University and attained his biochemistry degree. Manny then attended the University of Colorado Medical School and obtained his medical doctorate degree in 2002 and went on to residency training at UTMB Galveston, in which he graduated in 2008. Owned private practice for 5 years in Harlingen and now is a part of the Urology Institute at Renaissance in Edinburgh. Please help me welcome Dr. Manny Espinosa. And right next to him is his lovely wife, Erica Espinosa, who is a family physician. She was born in McAllen, Texas, raised in Edinburgh, attended UTBA and graduated in 2001 with a Bachelor's of Biology and Chemistry in the minor. Went on to attend medical school at UTMB in Galveston and graduated in 2007. Attended Baylor College of Medicine for internship and Valley Baptist Residency Family Medicine Residency Training, Now practicing medicine at Sesame Family Clinic as a family physician. She's been married since July 30th, 2005 to that handsome man you see right next to her. They have 2 wonderful children. Erica Espinosa, 6 years old, and Sayla, 3 years old. How about a round of applause for Dr. Manny and Dr. Erica Espinosa. Welcome our next guest, Jackie and Gabe Exenio. Gabriel and Jackie Exenio have been married for 1 year, but have been together for a total of 5 years. They are proud to say that they've been blessed with a blended family. They currently have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and all our children are from previous marriages. Gabriel is a graphic designer and a print shop manager for Digital Print Shop in Brownsville, Texas, and also the head media for LifeLine Heart of Worship. Jacqueline is the finance manager for the Paying Auto Group in Westerville, Texas. How about a round of applause for Jacqueline? All right. How about we welcome Shasta and Rudy Pina, also known as Pineapple. They've been married for 3.5 years. She is a certified trainer. He is the owner of I Cook You Eat and the head chef there. And they both actively serve church under the VIP and Life Free departments. How about a round of applause for Shasta and Rudy? All right. And finally, single parent, Ruben Reese. He is a single parent for approximately 10 years. Has 3 kids and has been a part of the LifeLine family for 4.5 years. He is employed with Raymondville ISD as a security officer and is the head security for LifeLine Heart of Worship. Go ahead, a round of applause for them. All right. God bless you. I'm good to have you all with us today. God bless you. I'm good to have you all with us today. All right. You can get this one, Mike. Thank you. All right, so we're getting ready to go, and like I said, these are our guests, and they're just looking lovely today. Ruben looks a little nervous, but it's going to be all right. All right, before we start the question, I had the privilege and honor of having a dinner with Dr. Manny here maybe a couple of weeks ago, several weeks back, and he said a powerful story about his parents, and I just thought it would be a great way to start this talk show. Share a little bit about what your dad said in regards to family, your siblings versus his spouse, your mom. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was very blessed to be raised by some amazing parents and always grew up with Christianity being part of my life. And growing up, my dad was very strong in the sense that his love for my mom was tremendous. And growing up, we always knew that, and he would say this specifically, don't make me choose between you and your mom, because it's not going to be you. And 45 years later, he still, to this day, still follows that. And in fact, he takes care of himself. And the reason why, if you ask him today, why do you take care of yourself in a health standpoint? And his point is, because I have to take care of your mom. And that still goes for grandkids as well. Some grandparents think it's about the grandkids. The grandkids understand the same thing. They're learning the generation. It's about grandma, not about them.
Isn't that something? Priority. I just think that's a very powerful thing. We lost that. How many times as spouses do we favor our children over our spouse? All the time. All the time. So when you told me that, I was like, God, that is so awesome that people do that. And I wish we could bring that back into our homes. When we get the order of priority right, let me tell you, our family will function the way it should. Amen? All right, so we're going to ask, go ahead.
One quick question.
Go ahead.
Kind of what you just said earlier with baptism. And for the children and for the youth that are out there, I'll give you a little bit of background, 30-second background of my father. Grew up as an only child. Both parents were alcoholics. and didn't have a chance. They got married when my dad was 19, my mom was 18. But the person that was influential in my father's life was my great-grandmother. She taught him two things. One, always pray. Number two, always forgive. Forgive yourself first, then forgive your parents.
Wow.
That was the seed that was planted. And I am testimony to your kids, whatever background that you have, you can look at me and this is where your kids are going to be.
Wow. Somebody ask him forgiveness. It's funny he says that because next week's Power Sunday sermon is going to be on that, so you don't want to miss that as well. I'm going to open this up to the panel. Panel, y'all paying attention? Stop holding hands and acting like you're all...
Make sure mics work. Oh, they work.
All right, very good. If we have issues, we'll still swap them around. But I have a question in general. Let's see who can answer best as a couple, or maybe we can just all share. How do you keep the marriage alive and fresh? I want to hear the ladies. All right, let's go. We'll start here with, we'll go with Jackie, and then we'll come back over here.
You gotta feel young all the time. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever, however old you are, you gotta make it fun. I know he's probably saying whatever, but no. Just have fun, be spontaneous, surprise. I know, me personally, as a girl, I'm not supposed to say this because then you know my sensitive side, but he knows that behind doors, like, it's all about him all the time. Like, and I always try to praise him and lift him up and surprise him. I'm the one that sends the gift basket to him. You know, he's the one getting the stuff. And so women, do that to your men and be surprised what you get in return. I promise you. Not just in bed, but all the time.
Not just Valentine's Day, right?
I didn't get Valentine's yet, but I'm waiting.
Oh. Shasta?
We just fight every day, and then we make up every day.
Oh, there's some shit on the makeup that's really good. I think there are couples that actually fight on purpose because of the makeup.
That would be right.
What would you like to add?
You guys, I honestly think it's about taking care of yourself first, so that way you can love the person that's sitting right next to you. Because if you're not taking care of yourself in a healthy way, I think it's very hard to feel good and to give to other people. So I think that's one thing that we try to do is take care of ourselves in a healthy way. And we know by doing that, that it's going to extend not just to our spouse, which is this amazing man next to me, but also to my two amazing children that are here.
Wow, that's great. That's good. I'm going to turn it around because we have a very unique situation here. I know there's a lot of single parents here. We have Ruben here. Ruben has been saved over 10 years. Ruben, there are a lot of people, and I hear it all the time. It's impossible. You don't know how hard it is. You hear a lot of excuses. I know it's hard because we're married, and it's hard to raise one. You have 3, and you're by yourself. Give us some pointers on how do you do it. Are you like bionic man or what?
I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but I did it. Now, basically, when I became a single parent, my 2 youngest was 4 and 5 years old. And I had a job, I had to work to support my kids. And I hear all these excuses, oh, single parent is hard, I can't do it, and you blame yourself for it. My Lord's always been there for me and full speed ahead. And surprisingly, my youngest right now is 13, so we're going already strong.
And he's been a single parent for how long?
10 years.
Is there something you'd like to share with us today?
Yes, I would.
Go ahead.
Since I've been with LifeLine and everything, I've always followed Pastor and Ms. Rodina, and they always told me to go ahead and ask the Lord for the perfect wife, not to look for it. Ask the Lord and He'll place it in front of you. I've been asking for that, of course. I fasted, and I got my answer. So I asked this beautiful young lady to marry me, and she said yes. So I'm going to be married.
How are you getting married?
When am I getting married?
Where is she?
You need to stand up.
Stand up. Wait till you get
Everybody is in my God.
That's it right there.
And the first thing was that when I getting married, June 21st.
Wow.
20 years being single.
And then you're going to have the whole Sabbath month to do a lot of stuff like prayer.
Yes, I pray.
Yeah, a lot of prayer. Awesome. So that's a great picture. Now, here's the. I'm going to open it up whoever feels they can answer this question. this is great. How do you get your husband to understand when he's neglecting you? Ooh, ouch.
Walk around naked.
Oh.
You gotta have that line of communication open. If I ever feel that way, women do the complete opposite. I hope he pays attention to me. I hope he sees me.
Well, that's a great point.
You've got to tell him, hey, you know what? Like, I'm right here. We need to talk. Like, you need to give me attention. Girls, guys are not going to read your mind. I had to learn the hard way. I had to be like, babe, you know what I'm thinking right now? Babe, you know what I'm thinking right now? No. I mean, they're not going to know. You've got to verbally tell them that you feel that they're not giving you attention, or, again, they don't know. Everybody has busy schedules. We have a crazy schedule. But you've got to find the time to be able to let him know, you know what, like, I kind of feel like you're not giving me any attention. What can we do? If they don't know, then they feel like, oh, I didn't really feel that.
Wow.
So just let him know.
Let's turn it around and see if the man feels like he's being neglected by the woman, vice versa. And anybody can interject here. Ruben, you better not be answering this question, Ruben.
There has been times, probably last year, we both had our separate jobs, and I had kicked her out of the business, and we were both doing our own stuff, and it just becomes a routine daily, day in and day out, and you tend to take it for granted that you got somebody special beside you. And I'll honestly say that she's the one that'll try the most. I'm kind of like, hey, I'm in it. I ain't leaving you, but I was neglecting her. But as far as to me, when she did it, I said, hey, no more telephone after 10, no more emails, no more nothing. And I put my foot down, and at first she got scared. And, I'm sorry, the other way. At first she tried to rebel, and I said, no, I'm being serious. And then she just kind of like, okay, be serious. And that was it. I said, we're not going to talk about it. But then we went back to the old stuff like a few weeks later, and
I think I need to jump in because if not,
and then go ahead.
Because if not, you're gonna have to make up again later.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
Guys, I think it's
go ahead.
I think it's important to know your spouse's love language, because my love language is so different from his. And one of the things that he loves is, me doing things for him, and that's not easy for me. Because I'm used to things getting done for me, So one thing I've noticed that when his love meter's down, I'll ask him, do you want some water? And he'll say, of course, and then I'll take him some water. Or, if I know he wants some coffee, which, I don't think of coffee because that's not something that, I like, but I know that's something he likes, I'll go make him some coffee. So those are some of the things that you want to consider when, when you are looking at your spouse and maybe they're acting out because they're just like children. Think about some of the things that they love, because their love language is different from yours. And when you figure out your spouse's love language, I think the communication skills go up, and that language, and just that love language just gets better, the chemistry gets better in all aspects.
I like that phrase, love language. I might have to do a series on that. Go ahead, Chastity.
I was going to say really quick, I know Rudy was talking, but just to give you a quick background, Rudy and I work together all day, every day, and Rudy's
8
totally...
days a week.
Yeah, totally. 8:20, 8:30. So, but he's with me, we're each other all day, and the biggest thing people say, well, you spend a lot of time together. Well, actually, we really don't. We just work together.
Yeah.
So what we do, I know they're talking about the 5 love languages. There's actually a book about that. But what we do, no matter what, we have a date night every Friday night, and nothing comes before that. Even if people say, like, hey, let's get together. Sorry, Friday night is for us. I know we work together all day, but Friday is our night.
There you go.
So that's how we get to talk and communicate.